Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do a quick video of how I make fried zucchini. So the first step I did is I washed them thoroughly, and I do like my fried zucchini with the skin on. I know some people, peel them. So whichever way you prefer, I just chopped them up into the thickness we like. They're not perfect, but I guess we'll just call them rustic, okay? Yeah, there you go. So I chopped them up, and then I sprinkled some salt. I layered them up, and on each layer I put a little bit of salt. And the next step I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna leave them in my colander with a bowl and cover them up with a towel, because I'm just gonna let them hang out a couple hours on my countertop while I go shopping, do errands, everything I need to do. And then what the salt does, it just helps it take out some of the water. If you guys have ever cooked zucchini, they have a lot of water, and it just kind of takes some of that out, and that way when I fry them up they won't get as mushy. Alright, so that's the first step. We're gonna let it hang out on the countertop, and I'll be back with the next step. Okay guys, so it's been several hours later since this morning when I first did the first clip for this video. I've done nothing to the zucchini. They've just kind of hung out on my countertop with the towel over them. I just took the towel off. You guys can see how moist they are. That's the water that I wanted to kind of drain out. And if I pick these up, you can kind of see on the bottom of this, that's all the liquid that came out of them. So these are ready to go. Let me show you guys kind of my setup here. I just have some oil in a pan ready to go. I have a piece of napkin down, because I want it, when I take them out of the hot oil, obviously I want to absorb some of the oil, so they're not so greasy. And then over here I just have a little bit of all-purpose flour, and I'm going to add my breadcrumbs. Now I don't have a lot of breadcrumbs in there, so I'm going to use the next thing I have, which is panko, which is fine. It'll work just fine. I totally ran out of breadcrumbs, and I do pick these up at Dollar Tree, just so you guys know. And this salt as well is pink Himalayan salt. I picked that up at Dollar Tree. Pretty good. And so I'm just going to add some salt. I'm going to add some pepper, some garlic powder, and dill. And I'll add everything into my bowl, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so over here I just cracked 2 eggs, a little bit of water, maybe like a tablespoon of water. I added some pepper, salt, and garlic powder. Those 3 spices are my kind of go-to spices. I use them all the time and everything. And then over here I have my hot oil going, and over here I just put the breadcrumbs and the panko breadcrumbs, mix it all together with the flour and all the seasoning. I love dill with zucchini. I don't know why. The combination, I don't have any fresh, but the dry works just as fine. So yeah, I'll show you guys how I get this started. Let's see. The oil is not hot enough just yet, but all I'm gonna do, pretty easy, put my zucchini in the egg wash, in the breadcrumbs, and then as soon as the oil, you can hear it sizzling, gets hot enough, I'll just drop them in. And then I'll show you guys how we like to eat them. We add some Parmesan cheese and some fresh garlic, and they are delicious. You can eat them just as they are. You can have them with ranch, whatever you like, whatever your desire is. But they're super good. We have so many zucchinis in the garden. I only put a few plants, but we have a bunch of zucchinis, and I know this is kind of a traditional way of doing it. The zucchini noodles I want to try. I have to start coming up with different ways to use these up. Let's see, it's sizzling. It's ready to go in. Yep. Okay. I'll get this pan already filled with zucchini and then we'll go from there. Okay, so you can see they're kind of starting to get brown on the edges. Time to flip them over. Look at that. Doesn't that look delicious already? It smells really good. Let me just tell you guys, when my oldest son is 12, he's actually at grandma's house right now, but whenever I make zucchini, it doesn't matter what he's on it. He can be on his phone, he can be doing anything and everything. He'll drop everything and come running to get these. So, I mean, I make them, they go on the paper towel, and they're gone. So when I make, like, this is not even a lot. Well, usually when I make zucchini, it's just the same thing with crepes or pancakes or anything like that. They usually go really quickly. I have 4 kids, they all come running. So it's, you know, it makes the whole house smell good. Even though right now it's 8 o'clock at night, it doesn't need to be smelling so good right now. We're going to be eating late, but it's okay. It is what it is. We had a busy day. And right here, let me just show you guys, I got those ready. I'll be taking those out, putting in another batch, and we'll go. You guys, that's what they look like when they're all done. And you saw me put a little bit of flour and with the panko breadcrumbs or just your breadcrumbs. You don't have to do that. You don't have to put the flour. I just like the consistency that it gives it. Sometimes I add it, sometimes I don't. It's just however I feel like it. I have some more going here, and you can see my oil after this batch. I'm gonna have to dump it out, clean out the pan, and put fresh oil, because that's just, you know, how it gets with anything that you fry. After a while, you gotta switch out your oil. All right, I'm gonna plate this up. I'll show you guys how we eat it, and it's delicious. I can't wait. My mom. All right, you guys, this is how I like to plate it up, and yes, I always use this plate all the time. It's such a pretty plate, right? I mean, I got it at Ross for like $4. You can't go wrong. Anyway, so I just put a little bit of Parmesan cheese and chopped up garlic, and that is what it looks like. And again, I do have to try it for you guys, so oh well, darn me. Oh my god, the crunch you get from the panko, from the breadcrumbs, it's not too soggy because we took out all the water out, or you know, we let it sit so the water can come out. The Parmesan cheese and the garlic, and it is warm. I do like to put the garlic in the cheese while they're hot, and it kind of infuses, and the flavor is just so good. And the dill, you can kind of taste the dill coming through. I love it. I mean, that's how we like it. It's very simple ingredients. It's stuff that you probably already have in your pantry, and I do like to cook with a lot of fresh herbs. Like I said, this is dry dill, but it's still really, really good. All right, you guys, I hope you try this. It's a simple recipe. This is just our version of fried zucchini. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.